calm Nick Reiner caught on camera. The stop comes just after 2 savage murders. Rob Reiner's son casually buys a drink at a Los Angeles gas station. Watch his ice-cold composure before arrest. Newly released CCTV footage reveals a chilling calm in the moments prosecutors say followed a brutal family killing. The video shows Nick Reiner, composed and unhurried, stopping at a Los Angeles gas station shortly after authorities allege he murdered his parents, Rob Reiner and Michele Reiner. Wearing a baseball cap and carrying a backpack, the 32-year-old is seen walking into the convenience store, selecting a sports drink, and paying at the counter. There is no visible panic, no rush, just quiet, routine movement, captured roughly half a mile from the Reiner family home. Investigators say Reiner was traveling on foot, heading away from the house where the killings allegedly took place. The stop, according to law enforcement, occurred about 1 hour before his arrest. The footage was recorded at an ARCO gas station in Los Angeles. Moments after Reiner exits the store, police move in. He is arrested across the street, bringing the brief window between the alleged crime and his capture to an end. On December 16th, Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman announced during a news conference that Nick Reiner was formally charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the stabbing deaths of his parents, actor and director Rob Reiner, 78, and his wife, Michele Reiner. Reiner made his first court appearance on Wednesday in Los Angeles, appearing from behind a glass wall inside a secured custody area. A camera was allowed inside the courtroom, but the judge ordered that Reiner not be shown on video. He was shackled and dressed in a jail-issued suicide prevention smock. At his attorney's request, the court postponed his arraignment until January 7th. When asked to confirm the date, Reiner spoke only once, replying, "Yes, Your Honor." Nick Reiner remains in custody without bail as investigators and prosecutors continue to build a case that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. One marked by disturbing allegations, silent surveillance footage, and a calm caught on camera that now raises haunting questions.
Today I'm here to announce that our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michele Reiner. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with the special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. No decision at this point has been made with respect to the death penalty. We have requested, and currently Nick Reiner is being held without bail. Once the charges get filed this afternoon, Nick Reiner will be then brought to court. He is going through medical clearance, something that everybody who gets arrested and gets held in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail goes through. Once he is medically cleared, he will be brought to court to be arraigned on these charges. At that point, he will enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. So special circumstances is a situation where one of the enumerated factors that lead to elevating in some ways a first-degree murder case to a special circumstance first-degree murder case occurs. One of those special circumstances is called multiple murders. Here we have 2, and it qualifies under the definition of multiple murders to allege the special circumstance in this particular case.
On December 14, 2025, LAPD officers from our West Los Angeles division responded to a death investigation at the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue, which is in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. Upon entering the residence, they discovered the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Reiner. Detectives from our Robbery Homicide Division Homicide Special Section immediately initiated a comprehensive investigation. The evidence gathered led to the arrest of their son, Nick Reiner, who was taken into custody later that night without incident in the Exposition Park section of our city. Today, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has formally filed charges against Mr. Reiner for the murder of his parents. This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city. We extend our deepest condolences to all of those who were affected by this tragedy.
Okay, so in terms of how the Los Angeles Police Department became aware, it was a request from the Los Angeles Fire Department, who responded to the scene first. We responded to their request for assistance at the scene of the incident. Our initial West LA officers that responded determined that a crime had occurred, and they immediately notified our Robbery Homicide Division. They've responded, and they have taken over the investigation since that point. He was arrested in a public area, in the Exposition Park area near the University of Southern California campus. He was approached by the officers, and he was arrested without incident. There were no indications that he was going to resist or anything like that. He didn't flee or anything like that. He was taken into custody without issue, and he was transported to our police headquarters facility.
098. Good morning, Your Honor. Alan Jackson, along with Caleb Mason and Elizabeth Little, and Horchman Jackson, appointed on behalf of Mr. Reiner, who is currently present in court in custody.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Habib Balian for the people.
Jonathan Chung for the people, Your Honor. Thank you. And counsel, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, if we could, I would like to ask for a continuance of the arraignment. I want to get it clear at this juncture. It's too early. We've coordinated with counsel from the DA's office, and January 7th, with the court's permission, would be a convenient date for us to come back for petition arraignment.
Thank you. At this time, I'll take a waiver, speedy arraignment waiver from your client.
Thank you.
Mr. Reiner, you have a constitutional and statutory right to a speedy arraignment. Your counsel is requesting that your arraignment be continued to January 7, 2026. Do you waive your right to a speedy arraignment so that your arraignment can be heard on January 7, 2026? And does counsel join in the waiver?
I join, Your Honor.
The court finds that the defendant has made a knowing and intelligent waiver of his right to a speedy arraignment, and that his counsel joins in that waiver. Letter set January 7, 2026 for arraignment in this department. Bail to stand at no bail. Anything further on that case?
Not by the defense, Your Honor.
Anything further?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just have a couple of quick words. First of all, and most importantly, this is a devastating tragedy that has befallen the Reiner family. We all recognize that. Our hearts go out to the entire Reiner family. There are very, very complex and serious issues that are associated with this case. These need to be thoroughly but very carefully dealt with and examined and looked at and analyzed. We ask that during this process you allow the system to move forward in the way that it was designed to move forward, not with a rush to judgment, not with jumping to conclusions, but with restraint and with dignity and with the respect that this system and this process deserves and that the family deserves. So with that, we are set for January 7th for an arraignment. That's the next court date. And that's all I have to say at this point. There may be more at some other point, but today we're going to rest on where we stand procedurally, which is this was a continuance of arraignment. Nothing happened today substantively. We'll be back for an arraignment in the same department on the 7th of January. We'll see you then.